Welcome to Fisher Vineyards. For over 40 years, our family has grown and produced site-specific wines here in the Mayacamas Mountains, as well as in Calistoga on the Napa Valley floor. Given how different these two sites are, we think it's important to show this geography firsthand on Google Earth. For orientation, we'll start with a view looking north from San Francisco and move up to Carneros. Carneros hooks over the north end of the bay, and in this view you can see the Mayacamas Mountains dividing Napa from Sonoma. From here we'll move east over the city of Napa and north, settling over Yountville. In Yountville you can see the valley is quite wide, about 2 to 3 miles across. Moving north to St. Helena, you'll notice the valley narrows. In this view you can see Spring Mountain in the upper left-hand corner, as well as Mount St. Helena at the top of the screen. Our estate vineyards are in Calistoga, just south of the town. Although Calistoga is the northernmost appellation in the valley, it's interesting to note that Silverado Trail and Highway 29 run due west into the town. So if we turn to our right, we're in fact turning north to look at the Vaca Mountains. The Vaca Mountains are the watershed that flow into Simmons Canyon Creek, which bisects our property for about a quarter of a mile running to the Napa River. All of this vineyard space is essentially alluvial fan sitting at the foot of the Vaca mountain range and is comprised mainly of sand, creek bed soils, cobblestones, essentially very well drained soils. Here we grow and produce 4 of our estate wines: our Cameron red wine, our RCF Vineyard Merlot, Lamb Vineyard Cabernet, and our flagship Coach Insignia Cabernet. Looking closer, you'll notice all of the rows on our property run north-south. This allows for even exposure on both the east and west sides of each vineyard row. Our mountain estate is south and west of here. As we move west, you'll see the Diamond Mountain appellation, which looks down over the Calistoga AVA. We are just 1 mile further into Sonoma County. Our mountain estate comprises 100 acres, approximately 35 of which are planted. The first vineyard site to show you is our Whitney's Vineyard, which was planted in 1973 and grafted to Old Wente Clone Chardonnay. At the lowest elevation is our Wedding Vineyard, which was also planted in 1973. Originally, St. George rootstock grafted to Heights Martha's Vineyard clone of Cabernet. The vineyard was redeveloped by David Abreu in 2001 and broken up into 12 different blocks. Most of these are Cabernet, with 1 block of Cabernet Franc and 1 block of Petit Verdot included in the new planting. At the highest elevation is our Mountain Estate Chardonnay vineyard, which faces northeast. The vineyard is essentially a wall that faces the morning sun, with rows running top to bottom, vertically top to bottom. Google Earth allows us to show you this exposure running a sun lapse in the morning, where you can see our Mountain Estate Chardonnay is the first vineyard to receive the cool morning sun. And if we look at the afternoon, it's also the first vineyard to be in complete shade. On the opposite side of the slope, we have our Mountain Estate Cabernet planted, facing due west, which is one of the warmest exposures we have on the mountain. Tucked behind these 2 vineyards is our Hidden Terrace Vineyard Syrah. This small valley is a valley comprised almost entirely of volcanic ash, rhyolite, and tuff soils. The final view to show you is of our estate winery, which sits in the middle of the property. Designed by family friend and renowned architect Bill Turnbull, the winery was constructed entirely from trees grown on the property and milled on site. I hope this tour has given you more perspective on each of our estate vineyards and winery. For more information on all of our wines, please visit fishervineyards.com.